Last video. I think I just got some acid reflux going up off this burp I just done. Plus I'm tired. That last topic wore me out. I know I'm giving you a little bit too much insight into what's going on with me. But hey, this is the conversational series. We're conversating over here. Making it seem like everything is just good. Topic of this video. Y'all know that I hate sayings. I just hate things that we've said since the beginning of the time. We really don't have any context with them. They just sound positive and you're just rolling with it. There's no practical application behind it. But I'm gonna put my own little twist on this one. I know that we've heard time and time again, practice makes perfect, right? I'm putting a little spin on it. Practice at home makes perfect. See what I just did there? Practice at home makes perfect. Let me tell you how this came about, where this stems from. But before I do that, let me tell you my name. My name's Ayin Kilimanjaro. Back to this video. Think about it this way. It's easy to wig out on your loved ones, but if you're able to control your attitude and time at home, it makes it that much easier out in the public. I don't know where I was going with that time comment, but bear with me here. It helps in not being a hypocrite because I always want to hold up that standard. Sure, I have setbacks at home just like I would in public, but it's always bad work in progress. Okay, next everything I said. I must have been sleepy when I jotted it down. But I will say this, practice at home makes perfect. What I'm thinking about is, when you're at home with your loved ones, see, it's all too easy. It's all too easy for you to let your hair down. You kind of wig out on them when they rub you wrong, and then you at it. Whether they're small little scuffles, I'm not really talking about you being in a fisticuffs, but I'm just saying, you know, whether they're small little scuffles or whatever the case may be, you're going through it, right? But think about it this way. I've said this in my book. Your loved ones, your family, the people at home, they get you prepped for the world. These are the people that you're around, and you should be honing your skills. Because if you're just cutting loose with them at home on the things, you know, just every little thing, what are you doing with people out in public? You know, I'll probably go back and read that little piece that I put as a little memo to myself on where I'm going up with where I was going. It'll probably make more sense when I read back up over it. But from what I'm saying, this is the path that I wanted to go down in talking about this. Long story short, if you're not putting whatever it is that you're trying to work on and practice in the time that you have time to practice it, then when is the time for you to put it to the test? To see if you made any improvements. To see if you can withstand the storm. When you're learning to drive, we all know when it comes to driving, there's defensive driving, and there's all these rules of the road, right? Do they put you in a NASCAR race? Do they just drop you in 5 o'clock traffic? Actually, I remember had a loved one do that on one of the first times of me driving. Horrifying experience. Horrible, horrible, horrible. About came unglued. Guess they thought they was doing me a favor. But, and the reason why I got to go ahead and flesh it out, because I know it's going to be somebody in the comments, yeah, that was the way that I learned. But, does it really make you proficient at what you're doing? Or are you going to practice on, you know, the people that's out and about and then act another type of way at home? I think that's what, matter of fact, I know that's where I was going when I was talking about that hypocrite comment up at home. Acting one way, but then when you're going out, you're doing it this other way. I made this other video, hopefully I already posted it by now, that I was talking about, you can catch anybody on a given bad day. But that's one of the things that I want to work on, is so you don't have those any given bad days. Now, will it be perfect? No. But it's a nice thing to strive for, and it's a nice thing to try to minimize the casualties of damaging these relationships up around you, right? So one of the ways that I'm able to do that is practicing on these loved ones that's around me. Surely I can do it with a smile on my face with somebody I'm just meeting out in public, and they having a smile on their face, and it's just kind in nature. It's easy to do those things, but I'm talking about really getting down to the core, operating from a good place, so you're not being a hypocrite to yourself. You're practicing to try to aim and go towards that perfection. What better way to hone your skills? If you're doing, culinary arts, do you, say for instance, you never even been in the kitchen before, do you just start out cooking a big meal at some fancy get-together, just all in, where your name and your reputation, all this is on the line? I'm not talking about you possessing some skills where I already knew how to cook at home when I was 8 and 9, me just going to school. I mean, really, they didn't teach me anything. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about you just opening your eyes one day going, you know what, never picked up a knife or a cutting board up off in the kitchen. I think that I'm a cook, and I'm going to aim high. I'm going to go out there and put my name up off in it. I'm fixing to make the most exquisite, extravagant dishes ever, and I'm inviting everybody up out there. I'm ready to go up off in there and cook for all these people. Is that how you do things? Because you're setting yourself up for failure. Bloody turkey, undercooked potatoes, rice hard, grain, feeling like it was right out the fields on people's plate. Stuff too tough, some of the food cold, some of it hot. Is that where you should be practicing your skills when it's, it's game time? What do you think football players have practice for? No, wait a minute, where do they practice? More often than not, where do they practice at? Home, right? I don't know, probably wrong, because I don't even follow sports. But sounded good making this video. I think you got where I'm going up with it. Same thing when you're thinking about at home, when you're doing sports. Yeah, they go to school and they practice, but a lot of the times the people that, really want to exceed and doing these things, they may have a basketball court up at home where they're up there because they're doing this in their off time. That's how they're really trying to be on top of their game on anything they're trying to do. You're practicing it at home, and it's no different when you're working on relationships and how you communicate, your attitude, making sure you're relaying your body language and all this stuff to people, and how you're doing it with your loved ones around the house. How are you acting? Are you short-tempered? Can you not be bothered? See, this is what leads to altercations up in the workplace. What are some of the things that they tell you when you're in the workplace? Oh, this is your work family. Some of the other stuff this is your work family. You're around these people more than you are the people up at home. And I don't know, can you really say that? 40 hours a week. I'm not big up on numbers, but I still think that I'm at home with the people that I'm with more than I'm with the people at work. Certainly the relationships are a lot more delicate and intricate with the ones up at home. So if they're the next people up off in line up with that, then think about it. That's where I was going with the topic of what I'm saying. If you're that comfortable up at home, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from being like this with people up at work. Getting a little bit too familiar, saying things to where you're out of pocket, man. Practice at home makes perfect. That's the topic of this video. I'm sleepy, my mouth is dry. That last topic on that other video, whatever I was talking about with some negativity. I'm telling you, when you're talking about negative things, when you're trying to put that positive spin and stuff up on it, it's so draining and it takes a lot up out of you. I'm not even joking when I'm talking about me being sleepy. That's the reason why I can't even make the sense out of what I was stating at the beginning of this video for what I just kind of jotted down to keep my mind jogged on what I was saying. But I think you got you got the point of this video on what I'm talking about. Stay encouraged. Mouth is dry. I don't even know if I can finish this off without Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. Y'all have a good one.